I know this looks like a YouTube video, but you're actually watching a cutscene from Tim Schafer's 1993 classic, Day of the Tentacle. Trust me, I'm as confused as you. Let's just try to get through this.
Rally is in fact a human tentacle.
My secret revealed! Spider fans are speculating a Spider-Verse game may be on the way based on information gleaned from Spider Leaks. Where else? On the Spider Web!
You owe me a soda.
After developer Insomniac Games was hacked by a ransomware group, a now deleted Reddit post claimed to have spotted 3 unannounced games in leaked documents. RCE, which can only stand for Ratchet & Clank Extreme and nothing else, Spider-Man 3, and Spider-Verse. Some fans have speculated that last one could be the multiplayer project Insomniac revealed they were working on 2 years ago. Unfortunately, at this time, speculation is all this is. The allegedly leaked images are blurry and don't explicitly say, we're making a Spider-Verse game, because that would be kind of weird to put in a company document, but the biggest clue is what looks like the end of a sentence in an email that reads, additional support for Spider-Verse. Well, Insomniac, you can add our support to the idea of a multiplayer Spider-Verse game. I mean, who wouldn't want to make your own Spider-Person/pig and go web shooting with the boys?
Slash the sows.
Sounds like my Friday night.
It's just mud wrestling pigs and shooting webs.
Just keep your eyes out for webs. Hasbro has announced 1,100 layoffs right in the middle of the holiday season. This is in addition to the 800 job cuts they made in January, but what did you expect from a company that admits they're no longer a bro? They're just a Hasbro. That's the best joke I got. This news sucks. Hasbro subsidiary, Wizards of the Coast, the company that publishes Magic the Gathering and Dungeons and Dragons, has reportedly been heavily affected by these layoffs, which is somewhat surprising. While Hasbro's toy portfolio has been suffering for some time, both Magic and D&D have been setting record numbers for both revenue and player engagement. Larian Studios CEO Sven Vinga acknowledged these layoffs on Twitter during a belated acceptance speech for Baldur's Gate 3's big Game of the Year win at the Game Awards.
Riley, please wrap it up.
According to Vinga, almost nobody from the D&D team he originally discussed the game with still have their jobs. In fact, many who helped put out D&D's 5th edition, the tabletop game's most successful version, are gone from the company. When I was a kid, I loved Hasbro, but now that love has changed. Transforming, like one of those toys, I can't recall the name, GoBots.
I used to Hasbro, now I has enemy.
Call of Duty has announced a new accessibility update for Modern Warfare 3, including some features from last year's Modern Warfare 2. According to the Call of Duty staff, the previous game's accessibility features were very popular with the player base. The blog post states 40% of Modern Warfare 2 players customized their analog stick's dead zone input, a feature that can help people with limited hand or motor ability. Meanwhile, over half of players adjusted graphical accessibility settings, like motion blur and camera movement, that can cause problems for people struggling with issues like migraines and good taste. Just before this update, however, the game may have been too accessible. Some cheaters were able to access the overpowered ray gun from Modern Warfare 3's zombie mode while playing competitive multiplayer. Fortunately, Sledgehammer Games added a fix, causing anyone using the ray gun in multiplayer to inflict damage upon themselves, but not before hundreds, perhaps thousands of virtual men and women were turned to ash. It was a dark time for virtual humanity, but a great time for the virtual broom industry.
Someone's gotta sweep it up. It's gotta be me.
Ooh, you guys and your pew pew. Now it's time for quick.
Quick Bits, brought to you by Wicked Cushions. Are your old, worn out headphones in need of some TLC? Or maybe you just want to spruce up your new headphones? Either way, look no further than Wicked Cushions. They make top quality headphone cushions that are designed to provide you with impeccable comfort and sound quality. They even make cushions with cooling gel in them to keep your ears sweat-free. Wicked Cushions supports a wide variety of headphones. Make sure to check them out at the links below.
Sorry, I forgot to tell you, I'm aware, Jacob. There are 5 quick bits, one for each of the 5 classical elements: earth, air, fire, water, and Skittles. Xbox Cloud Gaming is officially available on Meta Quest headsets, as long as you have an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership, a compatible controller, and sufficient internet bandwidth. According to Meta, users can choose from 4 virtual display sizes, while Quest 3 and Pro users specifically can choose between using the built-in pass-through or immersing themselves in an Xbox-themed virtual space. my dream. It's like a normal virtual space, but every new version of the space gets a longer, more confusing name.
Now introducing Space Series X.
Introducing Xbox-themed virtual box, Xbox box. Other shapes? Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora has been out for a week now, and user reviews seem to indicate that it's actually pretty good, despite being made by Ubisoft. In fact, it's currently beating out the last 3 Far Crys, the last 4 Assassin's Creeds, and the last 2 Watch Dogs on Metacritic, with players describing it as an Avatar-themed Far Cry game, but better. Frontiers of Pandora may be a movie tie-in, but it's also apparently an absolute chad of a game with beautiful visuals, enjoyable traversal mechanics, and fun combat. And that makes it all the weirder that Ubisoft apparently put very little effort into marketing it in favor of polishing its usual stable of grindingly mediocre turds.
Not enough fiber to be a good turd.
In other Ubisoft news, the company has delisted 2014 racing game The Crew from sale on digital platforms and announced that the game's servers will shut down on March 31st, 2024. While I doubt the player count for a 9-year-old game with 2 sequels is high, this move isn't helping Ubisoft's reputation as the gaming industry's repo man. The issue of games being Thanos snapped out of existence has gotten worse as more games require an internet connection, even for the single-player mode. And why add an offline mode or custom server support when you can just hit the delete button and disappoint dozens of people? More news has come out surrounding the disastrous launch of previously much anticipated game the day before. A former employee of developer Fantastic has claimed the game was never intended to be an MMO, despite the studio marketing it as an MMO. The ex-employee also corroborated reports of the studio shutting down, despite many believing Fantastic just changed its name to escape the controversy. But independent sources claim this isn't true, which means angry gamers are harassing a studio that had nothing to do with the day before. Look, it's okay, the monster is dead. No one ever has to mispronounce Fantastic ever again. Ever again. Oh no.
What have you brought?
It's spreading. And A24, the film studio behind Midsommar and Everything Everywhere All at Once, is partnering with Hideo Kojima on a live-action film adaptation of Kojima Studios' critically acclaimed glorified walking simulator, Death Stranding. According to Kojima, the film won't be a direct translation of the game and is intended not just for fans of the original, but for anyone who loves cinema.
In this one, Norman Reedus is the baby, and the baby holds Norman Reedus.
Finally, Kojima gets to make the 2-hour unskippable cutscene he's always dreamed of. It's unclear at this time whether actors from the game like Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen will also star in the movie adaptation, but I'm sure at least the long, lingering shots of Monster Energy drink will be cinematic and tasteful.
But you know why they had the Monster Energy drink shots, right? It all started with the Manhattan Project.
And it won't be long before you can get another taste of game news when you come back on Tuesday. Trust me, it feels good slurping it up.